Hello everyone, look. Here it is, Age of Empires. Age of Empires. I know exactly what I was doing wrong. Oh no, oh there, it's gone again. Oh, now that's interesting. That is interesting. Oh, interesting, okay. Oh no, look at that. Oh, it's all the wrong resolution and everything. Okay, what can I do about that? Reset transform. Whey, okay, and then... Yes. Yes. And then there. Hooray! But did you see how a minute ago it just randomly disappeared again? I don't know why. I didn't do anything. Okay. So hi everybody. You reach us now at the end of a long and arduous journey of trying to get this to work. And now it's working. So it's time to actually have a go on it. I'm now just going to reply to my tweet saying stream is actually now working. Hooray. Okay, hi! And now, after the customary massive amount of time it takes me to start a stream, let's actually play Stretch of Empires. Well, it's not Stretch now, that's what it... That's what it actually looks like. I'm not going to punch him. He might be nice. So, here we are in the Age of Empires. And this is a game that came out in, I reckon, about 1998, I want to say, is it? When is it? Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Age of Empires. This came out for the Windows 95 in... No, not 2019. 1997 this came out. And it was for the Windows 95, and it made me quite excited. Because of stuff. Because it was like a Settlers game, but native to PC. So let's have a go on it. This is the place that we've got. This is the area. I'm not an expert in playing this game. I can barely remember how to play it at all. Let's figure it out. One of the things I remember, though, is that it's quite intuitive. Now, eagle-eyed viewers may be aware that the UI here is in a different and higher resolution than is the actual graphics. That's because I'm playing the only currently available version of the game, the Definitive Edition, which is a sort of remaster. And I've turned the old graphics on, but you still get the new overlay. So we're just going to have to make do. Even though, you know me, I quite like to play games in their actual original form. So I've got 3 little men. And that's not really enough little men. But what we're going to do, let's see what we'll do with them. Well, if we make a house, we can make more little men. But to make a house, we need 30 wood. Well, we've got 200 wood, so that's not a problem. So let's give them a little house. Where should we put it? Anywhere we want. Except there or there. We'll put it there. Oh, and off he goes to make the little house. Tempted to zoom in on him, but I can't, because there's only one zoom resolution available. Well, that's not quite true. Actually, I can go into the menu, and I can select any number of resolutions, but I can't then zoom in or out, so that's it. You're stuck with it. So I picked one that seemed just sort of about right to be comfortably looking at and playing, and, you know, like, there we go. This came with my parents' Windows 98 machine, says Jeremy Nee, and I played it a lot but never understood it. Well, we're going to try and understand it today. And yes, this came with my granddad's PC. And his Windows 90, probably 5, could have been 8, PC, and I was very excited about it. But he wouldn't let me take the game home and play it. I had to play it when I was around his house. Don't know why he was interested in that, because that meant he couldn't use his computer. But, you know, whatever. So, I've made a little house. That means I can have more than 3 little blokes. And to get little blokes, I click on this, the town centre, and I make a little bloke. But it cost me 50 meat. You see there on the little thing? 50 meat. Actually, let me expand the screen a bit for you. Whoa. Oh, no, that isn't it. Oh, do you know what? I'm not going to try. Because the screen will go away again. So you're just going to have to take my word for anything that's too small to see. But soon, it's going to be a bit more manageable because I'm probably going to switch to the new graphics. But anyway, I've got 200 meat. So that's all right. I can have a new man. So we click him. He starts to get built. There he goes. Getting built. Can you see my cursor? Well, you can't see my cursor. Oh, I've got to change that. Where's the thing that lets me go? Fun. Extremely fun. Extremely fun. Capture cursor, and then can I... Okay. Okay, great. Cool, cool, cool. Great, 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 great. And we'll put you, lovely people, at the top. Not perfect, but it's alright, isn't it? And now you can see my cursor. Great. So here we are back in the world again. And we've made our little man. So, we've got a little team of guys here, and we need some resources. Here's a tree, so we can get more wood, but we're kind of alright for wood at the moment. We need some food. We're not going to get any here, look, it's all desert and dead and dry and horrible. Let's have a little explore and see what we can find food-wise. Now, I'm sure you're looking at this and thinking, ooh, what a primitive-looking game. And, well, you're right in a sense, but it... the actual gameplay doesn't feel too unmodern when you get into it, which I am hoping to do over the course of the next few minutes. So over here we have a lovely big wood that we can chop to bits and get, you know, wood out of. But I'm more interested in finding food. Where can we find some of that? That eagle's a bit too high to... Can't hunt that. Some stones, cool, good. Suppose that's good, but it's not what we're looking for. I'm barking up entirely the wrong direction here. Let's head over this way. What's my volume like, by the way? Can you hear me properly and, you know, music's not too loud or anything? Does this mean we'll get to see Populous? Says Kairu. Hey, that would be nice. Because I've never really played Populous, you know. Well, that's not true. I played it for a while on the Amiga, and I got into it, but I was more interested in, like, building lands than I was in playing the game. And I cannot remember how you're supposed to play the game. I can remember how I played the game, which was by designing this elaborate sort of, like, story mode where, you know, with the level designer, where there was some sort of a... Oh, hello. Friend or foe? Probably a bit of both at this early stage. There was some sort of magic tree at the top of a mountain and something. I managed to design these levels around the idea that there was an on-running narrative, but I didn't really know how the game worked, so I wasn't sure what the win state of it was. Or at least I think I was comfortable designing my own. So like, if you can get to this tree, then you just say you've won, and then you're like, great, I won. Oh dear, I'm not finding anything to eat. The little fellas are going to starve. Or are they? Yeah, they are. Well, it looks like this is a land that is not kind food-wise. So, we're going to have to make our own food. But that's very... No, we're not going to be able to do that, no. Because I have to spend food to make food, so we've got to find something. I'm looking for... bushes to forage berries from. Or some of these. There we go, got them. You click on the deer. It's a bit brutal, I'm afraid, but we are Stone Age men, by the way. The Age of Empires. One of the Ages of Empires is the Stone Age. As you can see at the top, it says Stone Age. And if you don't already know, it's quite interesting to find out why it says that. You'll find that out in a bit. But first, we have to make some food. So there they are. Look, they're working away at that particular carcass. Lovely. And they carry the meat. But boy, they're going to carry that meat a long time because it's quite far away to the camp. This is where we started off. So what we can do is we can build a storage pit so that we don't have to go home all the time. If we just make that there, and look, see, this guy is still assigned to the food, so he's just taking meat back and forth. But meanwhile, these guys up here, they're building, and they're building, and there we go. That's it. So now if we start working on the carcass, hopefully they'll start to take it there instead of all the way home. Let's find out. Come on, fella, join in. Not interested? Alright, well, why don't you start on another one then? Uh-oh, here's some red Stone Age cavemen. That's not really accurate, is it? Calling them cavemen. Firstly, because they demonstrably live in buildings, and that's the whole point. And secondly, because it's not necessarily historically accurate. Gosh, they're taking a while, aren't they? And they would take even longer if there wasn't 3 of them. The way it works in Age of Empires. Or at least, I mean, maybe I could be mixing some stuff up with Age of Empires too, admittedly. But the way it works is the more guys you put on a task, the faster it gets done. They seem to have finished that carcass now. Oh, I don't know. Yes, look, they finished that one. So if we put them all on this one... But to what end? Why are we doing this? Well, we've now got 269 meats. Well, what if we went back home again? Where is it? There. And we made some more blokes. And when he's born, it'll go... or something similar. That's the sort of noise you make in an Age of Empires game. Let's listen to it. Here it comes, and... there he is. She-hoffing into existence. Now, what should we do with him, eh? Well, we can build all sorts of things. We can build a barracks if we need to do any fighting. We can build a granary, which is used by villagers to deposit food from berry bushes and farms. I've already built one of them. No, wait. Berry bushes and farms. Yeah, so that's from hunting, but also you can put wood, stone and gold in it. Stone and ghoul. And that is a dock for fishing. Well, that's all well and good. I don't think we've got any water, though. But I want to build some stuff. I've got a house. I've got a storage pit. I haven't got any berry bushes, unless that's a berry bush. No, that's an oak tree. I don't know what the graphics for berry bush looks like, you see. Oh, I've got a new little bee team now. Let's go hunter-gathering. Aha, these are berry bushes. Here we go, look. Okay, so here we go. We've got a lovely little area of berry bushes. So they're all going to start gathering. We've got this little basket, look. Meanwhile, over here, still working on these deer. Oh, yeah, this one's taking his own initiative to go. And this is the difference between this and Settlers 3 and 4. In Settlers 3 and 4, I had to constantly refer back to, like, trying to remember tutorials and orders of buildings and so on. This is very intuitive. These guys are just doing what I want. I wanted them to go and interact with animals. They're doing that, and they're just going to keep doing it until they run out of anything to do. Like this guy seems to have done. At which point, well, I might as well have him join Team Berries. So we're gathering lots of food for ourselves, but what good's that going to do in the long run? Perhaps we need to upgrade how we think about gathering food. And I don't know how to do that, but I'm going to now look. Okay, so no, that helps us to research sort of military technology. What can we do over here? What's this? Tool age. And here is where the interesting bit starts. We are going to progress to the next age of man, which the makers of this game have decided is the Tool Age. So to get there, we have to prove ourselves capable of living as Stone Age people. So we have to have 2 Stone Age buildings. We've already got that. We've got the little. I don't think this one counts, the town centre. I think that's just what you start off with. So, but we've got our little house, and we've got our little storage area thing over here, storage pit over here. I think that counts as 2 buildings. So we can technically upgrade to the next age, but it costs us 500 food, and we've only got 345 right now. So we need to keep gathering. Oh, it's all still happening out here. And there's another living deer there. Oh, and what do we have here but some water? He doesn't seem like he's doing anything, so let's use him to go and look at the water. This is worrisome, says Kairu. My laptop can't seem to run this stream without crashing. Oh dear. Got the chat on my other computer, which probably couldn't run it at all. I hope my graphics card isn't damaged or something. Yes, I hope your graphics card isn't damaged as well. That would be a pain in the arse. However, you're still better off than our poor friend who the other day, was it yesterday? Yeah. She is a professional artist and has lots and lots of projects on. You know, she's always in work because she's very, very good. Unfortunately, I think it was just yesterday. I'm trying to find the tweet. It might have been the day before. Her screen just stopped working, and it's a. I get the sense it's a laptop. So that's, you know. Yes, it was yesterday. It was her MacBook Pro's display. That's a laptop, isn't it? A MacBook. And she can still use the Cintiq, but of course it's a big concern. And then, oh no, it was 2 days ago, and then it just died. It just went away, and we're all being supportive of her and saying like, "Oh no, hope you can get your stuff back." But of course, you know, I don't know what the latest on that is. I'm having a little scroll through Twitter to try and figure out if anything's changed. She hasn't really mentioned it again, so hopefully that means she had some money stashed for just such an occasion and can just go and get a new one, but I don't know. Hope she's alright. So, send your electronic love over to Kay as she tries to salvage things. Now, we've got some fish here, and my little man can build a dock. Now, is it sensible to build it on the other side of the river from where home is? Probably not. So let's try building it. Oh, not enough wood. It's simply not enough. Oh, I've only got 50 wood, right. Well, time we rectified that then. I can put wood in this storage pit, so I'll get him to chop some wood over there. And we've actually now got plenty of food, so let's get more of these guys, who are currently hunters, onto chopping wood. So now what we need is wood. Don't really need the dock at all. In fact, wait a minute, I don't need anything. I can just advance to the next stage now, because I've got 500 food. And I've got the buildings I need. So here we go. Oh, requires 2 Stone Age buildings. Well, I've got 2 Stone Age buildings. I've got that one. And I've got that one. What's the problem? What is the problem? Alright, well. Now that these guys have chopped a bit of wood, let's have them build... Well, let's see if another house will do it. Maybe the storage pit doesn't count, yeah? I wonder. Dave, we should play this multiplayer sometime, says Spanky. Yeah, dude! I'd love that. In fact, we've had this long-running plan since almost, God, probably when the Discord server started, me and Emelian were going to play Age of Myth and stream it, you know. And we never did. I hope to get around to that. Well, this is a good way around that. What do you mean 2 Stone Age buildings? I've got... Okay. By every possible metric, I've now got 2 Stone Age buildings. Well, let's make a dock then. I was going to. I'm sort of vaguely... Not enough wood. Yes, yes, yes. I forgot. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go and get some. Oh, look. I've got stacks of food now. Let's make some more blokes. And it is all blokes in this game. The women don't come in until... Well, is it Age of Empires 2 or is it Age of Myth? I can't remember. Yes, Banky. What? Why? What would be the other reason to play them? Oh God, do people play these because they want to do strategy and fighting? Screw those people. They're silly. How's Team Berries coming along? Oh, fine, by the looks of it. Oh, there's a new person. Everybody make some wood. Everybody make some wood. Now, what's happening over here on the map? Up at this end. There's a storage pit from the red team. I don't know that I'm necessarily at war with the red team, so it doesn't need to be seen as a threat necessarily. Exactly, KB. Guys being dudes. Chopping wood, that's what dudes do, isn't it? They chop wood, if America is to be believed. I think we can all agree that it always is. I've been working hard these last couple of days, you know. We recorded quite difficult to record Sonic the Comic the podcast today because our connection was just not good enough to do it. It was just constant stuttering. I mean, for all I know, the same might be happening now. You might be seeing this with a big stutter, and I hope not. But I always seem to. I think my internet's got downgraded without them telling me. You know, I'm gonna have to give them a ring, find out what's going on. Yeah. But it was really difficult. Like, honestly, we could barely talk to each other at all. So I don't know what the edit's gonna. I mean, in the edit, I will strive to make it. So, what's he? Why is he hurt? What's he been hurt by? Somebody attacked him. Alright, we've got 255 wood. Is that enough wood? If I was to select a couple of guys who were up to no good. Started using axes there to chop some wood. And then I made a dock. Do you? Abby's all sapped. Am I allowed to tell them why? She's been doing the taxes. It is psychologically unpleasant. Which is similar to the tagline for Lucky Charms. Frosted Lucky Charms. It's psychologically unpleasant. It was actually they're magically delicious. This is a strange world, says Mickey Husky, with no women, and the men are grown and are born as adults. I know, it's the dream world of select cadre of blokes on the internet. And so with our little dock, I can make a fishing boat. Boof! There we go, that's being born now. That little cross-shaped mound is giving birth to a boat, which means that these two blokes can go back. Wait, I don't think you need a bloke for a boat, but I'm going to leave one here just to find out. Now, you may have recognised that this is not my usual style of game in that it is in the sense that it's a town building game, but I usually prefer... Oh, there it is. Can I get in the boat? Do I need to get in the boat? I usually prefer them to be cartoony, don't I? I like them to be nice to look at, whereas this is very pedestrian. No, look, what's he doing? That's ridiculous. You go and cut some wood over here with these guys again. Meanwhile, the boat, just off its own bat, off its own boat, could go over here and hang out in these fish. And look, it's starting to pick up fish. See that? I don't know what this means. I don't know what 0 plus 19,456 means. That's its armour. Okay, well, I still don't know what that means. Gosh, look, it's gathering fish quite quickly, actually. 6, 7, there we go. Lovely. And then what? How many can it hold? 10? 11? Wow, okay. And then I go and deposit it off there. Brilliant! Great! Why not? So I just need to leave that boat to sit there, and that'll just do that by itself. How? Very intuitive. Now, I'm intrigued by these gold things down here. Aren't you? Well, but let's get back to our... Wait, I've just interrupted myself, haven't I? What was I talking about? If anybody knows what I was in the middle of trying to say, let me know. And let's advance. Yes, look, we're advancing to the Tool Age. It's going to take a while. It's a slow process. Oh, yeah. I usually like cartoonier, friendlier looking games, whereas this looks, I don't know. You know, the little guys are kind of proportionate and all that, and not my sort of thing. But you have to remember, this is Windows 95, so in 97 or whatever year it was, I'm excited about the fact that I have a PC and that it does, you know, different things to the Amiga, so I'm trying out different things. Settlers 3 doesn't stick, but Age of Empires, particularly when we get to Age of Empires 2, that really does stick. And this is probably the first time I've played Age of Empires since, well, definitely since the 90s. I mean, I know that for sure. I haven't played any of them since. I played Age of Myth last about, I don't know, 2004 maybe, somewhere around there. The actual Age of Empires games I haven't played, well, the first one, the second one, since the 90s. And even this first one, I guess I never had it, so I only played it around Grandad's, so I barely know it at all. So it's when we play Age of Empires 2 that I'll start to really recognise things. But I'm getting into this. I don't feel the need to skip ahead to Age of Empires 2 anytime soon. Let's get our heads around this game first, and then see how we get on. And of course, once I finish this level, I'll play one. Well, I don't need to finish the level actually, because it's sort of endless. But in a minute, anyway, or in a bit, I'll switch to the new version of the game, because we've updated the graphics and stuff. Okay, well, now that we've got plenty of... Oh! We're going to advance. Here we go. It's nearly time. Look at our little domey houses that we've got. Look at our little town centre thing here. And yet, we are now about to enter the Tool Age. Bang! Here we go. Age of Empires. This is why it's called that. Because we're going to be advancing through different ages and enjoying the different... We're going to be reaping the benefits of those different ages of man. Ah, see, this hasn't upgraded, so I guess that just stays the way it is. Oh, but look, now I can use it to research things. And what's happening over at the dock? Oh, yeah, look, my little boat. Has that upgraded? I think it has. No, I'm not sure it has, actually. Just 10 this time. I think I put it in the wrong place, that's why. Right, so. Well, look, I've got 643 food even with spending it for that, so let's just make as many little guys as I can. So to go to the Bronze Age, I need 800 food and 2 Tool Age buildings. That's very reasonable. Slightly too reasonable. Okay, well, we've got plenty of wood now, so I'm going to set a couple of them to work. What's up with him? Why is he half dead? And now they're just going to work on the stone. So anyone can do anything. And that's what Settlers copied, which I didn't like, and I thought kind of ruined Settlers. But in this, it's fine, because... I don't know, it's just a better game, isn't it? It just works, it's nice. You never know, perhaps I'll enjoy Settlers 3 and 4 more after this. You need to build more houses. I agree. Let's build more houses. Oh, what? I can't even have one bloke. Oh, I can. I've got two. In fact, so let's use them to build some houses. Oh, what's this? Ah, repair, yes. Shame I can't repair that bloke that's poorly up there. Now look, I'm intrigued by this. This is obviously gold. Yeah, that would be nice. I've got no gold at the moment. Yeah, go on. Go on. Over you go. Let's have some gold. Can you get there from here? You have to go the long way around. Oh, look, they're too confused. They can hardly get there. If they were fully realistic, some of them should be just dying from disease. Yeah, that's true. That does happen in some Settley type games. I don't think this is one of them. I guess we'll see. It happens in the Anno games. You know how British power grids have to push out extra power due to everyone brewing tea at the same time? Yes, didn't that used to be like the advert break in Countdown or something? They could reliably expect everybody to make tea then. Oh, hello. Is he coming after us, or is he just generally... Why is he walking about so fast? How do I walk that fast? Right, go in here. Go in here. Oh, they can't look. Oh, I wonder how I... Well, that renders this irrelevant then. Can I destroy it? Don't know. Okay. Right, well, in that case, you two can just sort of come back here and... I don't know. Sort of hang around, really. Whoa, I've got 10 idle villagers? Whoa. Team, alright. Oh, they've used all their berries, that's why. Alright, what should we do with this massive workforce we've suddenly got? Oh, alright. He obviously wants us to build a barracks. Let's build one. And while they build that, let's go and see what else it says in the chat. What if they need to do the same thing for the internet because people are getting smart kettles? Oh! That's quite a good joke, Spanky. Well done. Okay, so now I've got a barracks, and it looks like I can make... Oh, a stable! Used to train cavalry units. Cool. Required to build academies? Cool. And an archery range is used to train various foot and mounted archers. Required to build siege workshops. Again, it's... Oh, hello. Who are you? It's Camel Rider. Which is the original version of Masked Rider. If you remember that. Yeah, that's a fighting man. I'm starting to think I might need some horses now. Don't know. What needs making? Gather some stone with these guys while I think about what needs making. Wonder if this will happen really fast now because this many guys are on it. There they all go. They can't even all fit. So they've just decided... Oh, hello! Their storage pit is a bit better than my storage pit. Okay, so do we have the problem here that we're butting up against some quite powerful adversaries? Does look like we might be. What's he got? happens if I go after their gold? Is that their gold? Are they going to mind? Or do the people in the Age of Empires just not feel possessive of things? Okay, well, looks like I'm able to mine some gold anyway. Yeah, that was gold that he had. Wondered if it was. Looked a bit fluffy for gold. It's a bit rude, isn't it? I just walked into their area and I'm taking their gold and they don't seem to mind, so I guess not. Guess it's perfectly polite. Right, cool, well, we seem to be friends with the yellow people then. Okay, so if I'm going to advance, I need 2 Tool Age buildings, but it's being very vague about what that means so far. Here, you guys. We're going to build some stuff. Oh, yeah, I know. Stable and archery range. I mean, they're more fighty than I intend to be, but yeah, no, screw it. If we've got to build some stuff to advance, then let's do it. Oh, I still think this is very rude. Oh dear. Oh, they're actually quite military, these fellas. Yes. Do you want your tea heating up? Yes. I'm going to go and heat up our tea after I've had a look at our chat. Oof, says Kairu. Self-employment taxes are pretty bad here. Oh, yeah. Frosted Lucky Charms. They're psychologically manipulative. You've got to upgrade to the Tool Age Zoom Legs. Yeah, I know. That's kind of what I want. Oh! Who went raw? Who's going raw? Whoa! Oh, okay. Oh, elephants versus catapults. But none of them are me, so I guess it's okay. Frosted Lucky Charms. Oh, I haven't got enough food anymore. Frosted Lucky Charms, dear. Frosted Lucky Charms. Come on. Do better. Go and make more fish. Make fish. That's what you do in a boat. You make fish. Okay, where's idle team? Oh, there they are. Yes, of course. Okay, now build an archery range. Yeah, yeah, you see, they cost 100 and I need food. Need quite a lot of food. Oh, a light rider with a large line of sight to explore the map. Oh, alright. Oh, yeah, go on. Let's have one just for fun. For funzels. Oh, but I need to build more houses to have any more people at all, so let's start doing that. I don't know that I ever had real Lucky Charms, says Kairu. The Malto Meal knockoff is so superior, as is Boobry. Good old Marshmallow Mateys beats Lucky Charms in flavour. In theme. No, I'm not sure have I ever had Lucky Charms? I don't think I have. But I had who was that? I do remember the time when Kellogg's contrived to put marshmallow pieces in their Ricicles, which was, I'm not going to lie, an exciting period. It wasn't better. It was what I'm tempted to describe as worse, but I appreciated it for what it was at the time. I would have been about 9, 10. And I remember, even now as I try and imagine what those marshmallows pieces tasted like, I get flashbacks to the Nigel Planer series of the Magic Roundabout. Is he dead now, Nigel Planer? I feel like he is. No, I'm getting mixed up with... Oh dear, what's his name? The magician from Puddle Lane, who left us just recently. You know, the Ruttles chap. What's his name? I know his name full well. No, it's just one of those moments where I need to conjure up a piece of info, and so I can't. I'm now going to have a sip of rum and coke. Yeah, and not just rum, gingerbread flavour rum. Yeah, and coke. Yum 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 yum. Do 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 do. Heating the tea. Now in the kitchen. Oh well, I'll tell you what. I'll bring you with me. Come with me. We're going into the kitchen again. Here we go. Here we go. Will you stretch? Just about. Hello. We're in the kitchen now, and I'm just going to heat up these 2 cups of tea using the microwave, which emits waves. That, as waves are wont to do, they wiggle. And these waves wiggle at just the right frequency to wiggle a cup of tea warm again. So that's going to be doing that for a moment. And then I'll take it back over there, and we'll build some more Age of Empire-y towns. As you can tell, I'm just sort of ad-libbing how to play the game. I don't actually know. I'm just seeing what works, and that's quite fun. I quite enjoy that. And the fact that it is something I can do, it is intuitive enough that it does respond to that. That's what sets it apart from the Settlers 3s and 4s of the world. And that's the wiggling alarm, which tells me that the wiggling is now sufficient to have heated up the tea. So I'm just going to take Abby's, just squeeze past you there, take Abby's over there. She's lying down, which isn't conducive to drinking. I'm just going to squash it in her face. There. Over here. To fetch you! Come with me. This way. Come on, this way. That's right, over here. Yes, over here we go. Hello, we're back now in front of the computer, and I'll tell you what. I'll reiterate on Twitter. I'll retwitterate that I'm doing this stream. Is there even a mote of stress in your brain currently? Then join me. I'm building little towns and being calm. Twitch.tv/DemonTomatoDave. There we go. Okay. Right, what was I doing? What was I doing? We ask ourselves. Kairu says, "Oh yeah, there's marshmallows in lots of things now that make little sense, like Frosted Flakes. Then again, there's also gross things like Sour Patch Kids cereal. Well, Sour Patch Kids is a phrase that I've heard a lot of Americans say over and over again, and I always think, is that what the Americans called the the garbage pail kids? And then I remember, no, that is what they called them. So what are they talking about? But then when we went to see Frozen 2... Oh, I've got a horse! Whee! And the horse has got a trampoline. Whee! I'm going to clip-clop him around the map. When I went to see Frozen 2, they were selling Sour Patch Kids at the cinema. It's the first time I've ever seen them, so I've tried them. I got a pack. They're quite nice. Little jelly people with the lovely old sour sugar on that you get on Tangfastics. The red ones taste the same as red newberry fruits. Whee. Oh no! I seem to be under attack. I don't think they like me hanging around here. Oh, I'm dead! That's extremely under attack. I'm right under it. Flipping heck. Oh, he's just caught no fish at all. There's a fish there! Get it! Get the fish! Thank you. Flipping heck. I don't know. Hey? Sure. So, what can we build? Oh, we can probably do it now, can't we? Can we? 802 tool age buildings? Oh, I haven't got 800 food. It doesn't seem to complain about anything else. Where am I going to get food from, though, at this stage? Because the map seems to have been more or less taken entirely over by everybody else, which perhaps is the point. Maybe you're supposed to avoid that happening in time. Neil Innes. There you go. That's exactly who I was talking about. Yes. Matt's taken us with him to get a cup of tea. So we're now in his kitchen. Is Sour Patch Kids those dolls? No, they're little sweets. Little jelly people. Well, I probably shouldn't be here, but nobody's attacking me. Can I trade with them, like? Oh, look, I've turned into a sword. I don't want to sword them. Oh dear. What are they doing? Very advanced. They've got farms. I can't even make farms. I'd like to. Well, look, I'm starting to think it might be all over for us. What about down here? I haven't looked down here. There might be all food. Any idle people about? Yeah, you. Get down there. See what you find. Meanwhile... Yeah, let's make another horse. Oh, wait. Food is the thing I need and can't find enough of, and I've just gone and spent it. Oh, he's returning on his own, that's why. He had been catching fish, he just hadn't... I just couldn't tell because he'd been going back to the... Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool of him. I thought I had to manually take him back to the dock myself. Don't know. Yeah, there's more fish, so I suppose we could exploit that. What about... down here? Any more bushes or anything? Oh, what's that? Is that marshy land that I can cross? Yes, it is. And what will we find at the other end? What are they doing? No! No. No, no, no. If you've got stuff, put the stuff back first. There's more people over here. Right. So really I should have been exploring a lot more than I did. Well, don't worry, this is just a practice run. We're going to play a quote-unquote real game in a minute. Oh dear. I'm not seeing any food about the place. That's a shame. I'm just seeing tiny houses. Look how little these buildings are. No! No. I'm not trying to attack. I said we're not... Look, I've told you we're not trying to... Oh, that's us dead. Fair, I suppose. Oh, what are you doing now? Am I under attack? Am I flipping under attack? Is that what's going on around here? In fact, where are all my guys? Have I been killed? Have I been systematically wiped off the map? I have. Alright. I think that might be enough for this level. We're gonna abandon that. But now we've seen what the game looks like when you're just sort of trying to play it and just getting on with things, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to do some of the tutorials. That's right, because I've already done some of them. I've done the first few, so this isn't going to be the most absolutely basic stuff. But we go campaigns.
The reputation of a united Egypt is spreading to all corners of the world, and trade has vastly increased your people's wealth. With this prosperity, the pharaoh Djoser has decided that a mere mastaba, a simple mud tomb, will not be enough to serve him in the afterlife. Instead, he has ordered the architect Imhotep to design a stepped pyramid that will be visible from miles away.
Oh.
Such a large project will require great resources. You have been ordered to go to the north and set up a trade post to collect the gold for the pyramid.
Aha.
At the same time, you must venture into the desert and find a quarry to supply stone for the construction. Your trading partners, the Minoans, Canaanites, and Libyans, could become jealous of Egypt's success and might even cease trade and attack your people.
Ooh.
In case our diplomats fail to keep the peace, you must defend your trade ships. The pharaoh is entrusting you with the success of this project.
Poof, well that's a lot of stuff to take in, but let's see what we do. And here we go. Here is the updated Age of Empires. There we go. Look, there we go. Look at it. Isn't it nice? Oh, hello. What's over here? Oh, I've got a little lookout tower. So this is obviously the line of sight that they give you. So here we go. Look, same game, same age, tool age, updated graphics. It's all right, isn't it? That looks quite nice. It's not too updated that it looks completely incongruous for the sort of game it is. Whoops. Oh, I've already got a little dock there. Okay, so what I need to do, my objectives for this are stone stockpile, gold stockpile. All right. So let's explore. Let's have another couple of blokes while we're at it. Oh, unlikely to find anything interesting that way because I'm right up in the corner of the map as it is. So in the earlier, really simple tutorials, whoa, a lion! Well, the safety in numbers. I went from being Stone Age guys to uniting Egypt, so that was pretty cool. But we did that very early on. This is a very primitive version of Egypt, and we're really just starting out. This is the sort of PC game that I liked in those days. This was, yeah, we didn't really have, like... We did, but this was when it was weird to have 3D games. So a lot of PC games, because they were mouse-based, and because 3D was difficult to do, they were all based on just moving little tiny fellas around on a screen. And so there was lots of games like that. There was, you know, strategy games. There was story-based games. That's where your Baldur's Gates and so forth come from. But there was loads like that. We used to have one. I don't remember what it was. I got it cheap for my birthday, for my brother's birthday when I was off at university or something. And oh, look at this smorgasbord, covered in schmorgs. There was a game that was sort of a fantasy RPG or something, but it was based on this sort of graphics. The way I remember it was like quite dark, almost like this. And imagine, so here's your black screen. Imagine a sort of a path going up through it, like a bright, I don't know, red line, let's say, or yellow or something, and little tiny fellas walking up it. Can't remember what that was. I've always wondered what it was. It came in a collection of like 4 or 5 different, or no, 3 or 4, should we say, different fantasy-style games, and I thought, well, one of these might be alright. Got it, Virgin Megastore in what must have been the year 2000. Right, well, I found this lovely food stash, which means that my exploring has immediately stopped. And I have not found any stone. Another couple of guys. I know, I'm going to blow through all my food this way, but hey, there's a lot of it down here. I'm sure that these guys are going to be able to replenish our stocks pretty well. What's going on in the chat? A stepped pyramid? Like the South American kind? Guess so. Although, as I understand it, I think that is accurate. I think the Egyptian pyramids did start out as mastabas and then did go to stepped pyramids, and then the smooth pyramids was like just like the latest gimmick that they came up with or something. Kairu says, I'll never understand the popularity of Cabbage Patch Kids. They're hideous. Well, I won't deny that, but I do have a soft spot for one Cabbage Patch Kids product, and I'm sure I've mentioned it before, and that is the album Cabbage Patch Dreams, written largely by the Sherman Brothers of Disney fame. You know, Mary Poppins and Jungle Book and all that. And they wrote a Cabbage Patch Kids album. What can I say? They did. It's good. They were the Funko Pops of their age. Yeah, they were, yeah. Matt says, Beanie Babies were the best Funko Pops. Changed my mind. Yes, I suppose they were, because at least you could, if you had enough of them, you could arrange them into a heap and get all comfy on it. There's safety in numbers, he says, as his friends ignore the lion mauling him. I like they kept everything the same, just made the animation smoother. Yeah, and also some lighting effects. You know, these shadows are going to be a bit better. This water's better, that sort of thing. But yeah, frankly, it kind of looks like Age of Myth, doesn't it? Which, that's perfectly fine. Is there any LOD stuff going on here when you zoom in and out, I wonder? LOD stuff. And then, I can't really tell where this begins, so I must have missed it. It must be off the screen. But Kairu said, oh, I know exactly the game you mean. And then Spanky says Majesty. Now, Majesty is a game, and it's one of these games, and we'll be playing it. But I can't remember what I or anyone else was saying at the time that would have inspired such a... Hey, where are you going? Follow that. Oh, no, don't. What am I doing? I don't need to find berries. I've got all these deer. I suppose if you go far back enough, everyone was doing ziggurats. I don't know what they are. Haven't seen Age of Empires in ages, says Ender. I loved Age of Empires 2 when I was wee. Yeah, me too. Well, wee is stretching it a bit, but I was more wee. Oh, level of detail. Oh, yes. Yeah, I wonder. I mean, probably not, honestly, because you can... It's not like it's very detailed, at however you stretch it, is it? So not for a modern PC, anyway. But it's possible. Anyway, how's your day been, Dave? Well, thanks very much, Ender. It's been quite exhausting. I was saying earlier, before you were here, I think, that we've recorded an episode of Sonic the Comic, the podcast, but our connection's been deteriorating over the last couple of weeks, and this was the worst. It was genuinely difficult to talk to each other at all, so goodness knows if there's going to be anything there coherent that I can even edit. But I'm good at editing, so I think it will turn out perfectly normal, but God, it's going to be an effort. So I don't know what we're going to have to do about that. Never used to be a problem. We've been doing Sonic the Comic, the podcast, recording it now for just under a year, and like, it's always been fine. I don't know what the problem is all of a sudden. But other than that, we've been out. We've been at our cafe that we work in, and had quite a nice day. A friend of ours had a bad day though, and had to sort of flee off home. So hopefully we'll see her tomorrow and can explain that we know all about that and that it's perfectly fine. Those wonderful videos by the Game Apologist, says Kairu, have me wanting to play old Sonic again. Yeah, the Game Apologist, a YouTuber who only came into my radar fairly recently, has been doing some rather good Sonic videos, and they've been very, very popular. And he's launched from like 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers to about 17,000 in about a week or something. Like it happened very, very suddenly. So good on him. Reminds me I ought to make videos about games actually, because do you remember that video about my first game? That was supposed to be a series. I'd love to do that series. All the Specky games that we play together and stuff. Make videos about them. I've got the script for one done. In fact, I filmed the whole thing, but it was that long ago now that I should probably do it again. I don't know what I'm playing at when it comes to videos. There's something very strange about it. It's like it's just this big invisible wall in between me and making videos these days. I don't know why. Invisible even to me. I don't know what it is. I don't feel bad about making them. I'm not stressed about making them. It's just... well, I do know what it is. It's that it's my podcast editing takes up so much time. I'll tell you what we could do with... I'll have to find out if Chris has got a landline socket in his room where he records, because if he has, and we did it over the phone, God, that would save a lot of effort. It would cost money, but it would save a lot of time and effort. It might be a worthy investment. Thanks, Mickey. I like that video as well. I enjoyed making it, but it was a lot of hard work, and now it's made. I do think it's good, and I'd love to make more, and I've got a couple planned out. The next one would be about Chucky Egg, but it would also be about, like, I was going to say it's interesting to me, an unusual method that I have of remembering everything about my sort of younger life. Doesn't help for these days. I've got a terrible memory now. Can anybody hear a baby? I can hear one. It's a bit late for there to be a baby. People do take their babies outside at all hours of the night around here, you know. So, Kairu, but there are so many options for modern mods that give you neat options to change things around. Well, yeah, but that's not real, is it? Like, yeah, you can play a modded Sonic game, but that's always going to be a modded Sonic game. That's never going to be what the actual game was. So what's the point? Unless you are familiar enough with the game that you're like, oh, I know that I would like this more if it was XYZ. Yeah, just check that's not a completely abandoned baby, Abby, because... Oh, okay, that's alright then. And it's not as late as I thought, actually. It's 20 to 10, which is quite late for having a baby out, but I suppose when it's a baby, you can't really get him to sleep at sensible hours. Yeah. How many episodes ahead of release of STCTP are you these days? About one at the moment. Not as much as I would like. I'd try Sonic 3 Complete, says Ender. It's just brilliant. Yep, that's the correct answer. That's the best Sonic game, presented in the best way. And is that hypocritical of me? Because I've just been saying that you should just play them vanilla. But Sonic 3 Complete, it kind of is quite vanilla. It's just that they've... I mean, look, honestly, Sonic 3 by itself, maybe play that for a bit. See if you like it, and if you do, Sonic 3 Complete is like the best version of that, because it's just frankly it's just the easiest, most available way of connecting Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles together, which makes the best, one of the best 16-bit games, and one of the 2 best 16-bit platformers ever made. The other one being Yoshi's Island. And the complete mod just fixes a couple of things that everyone agrees could be better. But frankly, if you can just find the original version, that's fine as well. I mean, that's great. Like, it's actively great. And then I've missed a bit. More Dave videos, more Dave songs, and more Dave streams. That's one genie used up. I know. I want to do all of those things. And hey, I've started. This is a stream. Here we are. I'd love to watch that series, says KB. What, the old games series? Kairu says... Oh, and Ender says, congrats again to Abby. Absolutely amazing that she's got so far. She said thank you from the kitchen. He's referring there to the fact that Abby, my wife, who's just there, shout something. Hi. That's Abby. Her first cover for IDW Sonic the Hedgehog comic was released yesterday. It's the A cover. Abby is now a professional Sonic the Hedgehog artist. This is a long time coming. But we've known that she'd be doing it. I mean, I've known for like 20 years that she'll be doing it. It's frankly ridiculous that they didn't get around to it till now. I'm terrible at the Sonic game, says Kairu. I need a little help, and I like the idea of fixing the little mistakes and errors. For example, Knuckles' socks were turned yellow because they were tied to the HUD palette. Well, I don't mind them being yellow. I think it's quite good. I mean, that's the colour they were. I don't see what the problem with it was. But, exactly, yeah. Like, yeah. It sounds like throwing on Sonic 3 Complete would be your thing. Although, it doesn't help with the gameplay. You'll be good at it as soon as you play it. Like, you'll very quickly adjust. Jeremy says, I still watch your Super Test video every now and then. It is wonderful. Thank you. Popeye Otaku says, I have a hot take. I like Sonic 2 better than Sonic 3. That's perfectly within your rights. I'm a Sonic 3 man. Chris McFeely is a Sonic 2 man, as I recall. They're very close. I mean, they're very close. You know, I have to... Really, the only reason I go Sonic 3 over Sonic 2 is that Sonic 2 has stuff like the Metropolis Zone. You know, there are bits in it where I'm like, oh, this bit, oh no. Which I don't have any of those bits in Sonic 3, except arguably the... I can't even remember it now. What's it called? What's the level called? The Sonic 3 level we don't like. Sandopolis, yeah. But even there, I'm nostalgic about it, so I do like it. STCTP is a very good podcast, says Matt, and that is an opinion I have. Thank you, Matt. Kairu says, I of course played them all vanilla back in the old day, and again on GameCube. Oh, right. Oh, sorry. The way you were talking, it made me... I thought you were completely new to it or something. Sonic 3 Complete, says Ender, is like Madagascan vanilla. Like it's the original, but it's very, very good. Kairu says, I have to rely on debug to save myself from dying. And because I'm hopeless at special stages, always was. Even in games like Vector Man or Earthworm Jim, special stages are my kryptonite. Oh, they are kind of tricky. Just shout something, he says, just so nobody thinks she's made up. If they're new. Ah, congrats, cover art. That's Kairu congratsing you on the cover art.
Thank you. Hi.
Matt says, Abby's a very clever comic drawing person. That's another opinion I have.
It's also my first American comics.
That's right.
In general,
yes,
really.
Abby has basically broken into American comics with this, so well done, Abby. Yeah, Mickey, yeah, we need a Sonic Mania 2. We really do. The rumour was that they were making a new Sonic game, that team was making, but it was a 3D one, which I'm not at all sure about. But, I mean, if they're making it, it'll be good, won't it? So fine, but, you know. How long, says Matt, until Dave and Abby are running the IDW Sonic comic, and it starts looking remarkably like STC, and then Echo the Dolphin is back.
I'm more than happy to let someone
And
else
sexier than ever.
They know what they're doing.
They do know what they're doing, they're good folks. Oh, complete. Oh, Kairu. Yeah, a Sonic Mania sequel should have, if I was in charge of it, no repeat zones at all. And if it was mandated that it have repeat zones, then what it would be is like, you'd start off in the Emerald Hill Zone, and then as you go, something would be happening plot-wise that turns that zone into other zones as you go. So like the first level is a best of all of 2D Sonic, and then, paf, you're in a completely new game. What am I doing? This is not... I've just forgotten to be playing the game. Right. I am looking for stone. A tweedly-deedle-dee. Let's go and look for some stone then. Tweedly-deedly-dee. What's that, by the way? That's a market used to research technologies that improve military units and the effectiveness of villagers. Ah, effectiveness. What? Like their speed? Let's try one. What do we need? 150 wood? No prob. No probbles. Okay, well, I'll think about that in a moment. First of all, let's get this. Terrain explored. I'm looking for stone. Stone. Oh, wait, though. They did say I've got to do some trading, didn't they? All right. Well, let's just see what happens if we build a market. Because they've given me a market. I didn't have that in the previous tutorial. So it's obviously good. Let's have one. That was a big snap. Is that alright? That was just the noise of Abby snapping her tablet into bits. Kairu's just gone, Echo the dolphin. He's got lovely tail fins. Echo location time.
He's a sexy dolphin.
I did the ending from the Adventures cartoon there. Does it fit the lyrics a little bit better? Got to be all about scanning. Look at these lapis lazuli barrels and stuff they've got everywhere just because they're the blue team. That's lovely. That was our engagement ring was made of that. It was because you don't know yet, but you'll find out one day that it has something to do with a comic that we were developing together when we were teenagers and may again. So lapis lazuli, the blue Egyptian stone that's got like gold bits in it, and so I got Abby a ring made of that as an engagement ring. What I didn't think through is that is not what you should make a ring out of. And the very first time it touched another surface, it shattered into multiple pieces. And still got the pieces. Oh yeah, that's right. In a box, I made a ring box for it. That looks like the TV monitors from Sonic 1. She's currently fiddling with the pieces. Right, what was I going to do? Market. What can I do with a market? I can. Woodworking. I can... Oh, woodworkers work faster and carry more wood. Oh. Stone mining. They're better at that. Gold mining. They're better at that. Or cows. Domestication? Plus 75 food? What, Abby? She just said cow. Yeah, let's have that. Great. Domestication? What does that mean? Plus 75 food production for farms. Oh, I haven't got any farms. Have I even got the ability to make farms? Yes. Let's make one. No, not enough wood. Right, let's make some wood. Gosh, it isn't until I stream these games that I realise how idle they are and how very little gets done during any of them. Although that's more of a me problem. Because I am just sort of noodling about and not really getting on with it. Let's get on with it. Let's forget. We've got loads of food now. Let's go looking for stone. That's what I was trying to find, wasn't it? You see, I'm not good at these strategy games. And when there are ones like this where it is actually about strategy and you have to be fast and you have to do things in a better order and quicker than an opponent, I'm helpless in those. Still playing though. I grew up on Adventures, says Kairu. Quite goofy. Also, the proper original isn't the most easy to sing to. No, it's not. Lapis also dissolved in water, says KBY30. I don't know why dissolved. Like, did it all dissolve? Are we now in a... Did I buy some of the last lapis on Earth? Well, now you have to search for all the places to rejoin the jewel before Naraku gets it, says Kairu. I don't know what that's a reference to, but ha! Ha! Like in the thing. Oh, dissolves with an S. That was it. I should have simply looked down to see the correction there. Did you see that the Netflix Witcher soundtrack released to the end? Yes, we did. I don't know what your opinion was on the series, but I loved it. The music's phenomenal. Have we not told you? We loved it. It was absolutely perfect. And our creds here, our cred, is that we have read all the books, not just played the game. Oh no, we've not read that new one he's written. But the rest of the books, we've read them all. So we're not just basing it on if it is faithful to, like, you know, the feel of the games or anything. But somehow it manages to be both. Probably because the third game was such a good adaptation of the books that another good adaptation of the books would feel quite similar to it. It's it's incredible what she's achieved. It's perfect. Like, holy crap, Lauren. You did it. Yeah, love The Witcher. Love The Witcher. And you know, and it, like, there's now, I suppose the concern, if it was rubbish, then that would be fine because I've already got the books and the game and the stuff that I do love. But it would be disappointing because I think that there's something about TV and film that means that kind of takes over as the main version of the thing in most people's opinion. So, do you know what I mean by that? So, like, the other day, I did a Google search for, let's say, Goblet of Fire. It was one of the Harry Potters. And the top result was the Wikipedia entry for the film. And then below that, a couple of things below that, was the Wikipedia entry for the book. And that's just what film does. It just takes over as the main one. So then you'd have loads of people all going like, oh, I hate The Witcher, it's rubbish. And we'd have been gnashing our teeth and going like, no, it's really good, but you just shouldn't watch the TV series. But no, luckily the TV series is fantastic. And I am now completely comfortable. Jahan came over. Do you know him from Serious Business, my co-host on that? New episode of that coming up quite soon. I'm about halfway through editing it. And he was interested in getting into The Witcher, and he has been for years. Like, God, most of the time I've known him, he's been vaguely interested in getting going with those, with the games. But he was aware that the first one was the sort of thing that you kind of have to be a PC gamer to get into, but he still wanted to. And he's a console gamer. He's not like he doesn't know games at all. But well, I was trying to convince him, look, you can just watch. They've made it easy for you. You can just watch the TV series. And he's going, oh, I don't want to though. It's the latest one. I want to go back and like play the games and maybe read the books. And I was like, well, I mean, you can do that if you want, but the TV series accurately adapts the books very well, and the games are set after it. So if you don't, because he doesn't have a PC he can play them on. So he's like, yeah, but I want to get one day, and I'm like, well, cool, but you don't need to wait. He's noble like that. He likes to do things in the correct order. I can't get him to listen to Hamilton, which is incredibly frustrating for me, but it's because he wants to see it. And it's like, well, go on then. Go and see it then. But he's not doing that either. But no, I make fun, but I do get it. Like, he wants things to happen in the right order, and that's kind of what I've been doing with these games. You know, I've been playing these Settlers games in the right order. Really, what I want to do is start playing. Well, I won't say, but there's a Settlers game later in the series that I actually want to be streaming. Oh dear, the Canaanites changed diplomatic stance with you to enemy. How did they do that? Can I change my diplomatics? Oh yeah, diplomacy. Oh, look at this. Ally, neutral, enemy. Oh, I guess he's gone back to neutral. Can I just, like, be friends with everybody? Oh, pay tribute. Oh, I've got to pay tribute. Oh no, I just can. It's just something I can do now and then. How much wood have I got? Yeah, mate. You can have 100 wood. Maybe that'll make him friends with me again. What? Might do. Abby's sniggering.
I like that though. It's quite nice.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Apparently I'm controlling some axemen. Oh, that's why they changed their stance to me with me to enemy. Because I put some axemen in. Oh, no, I didn't. That's those axemen. Okay, right. Don't know why they did it. Alright, let's get some more people. Let's upgrade. I'm going to need more food if I'm going to upgrade. Right, you two. Get down here, get some more of these. Oh no, that's right. I was going to make farms, wasn't I? That's right. You make a farm. And make a second farm. Okay. So we're about to upgrade to our... we're going to do some agriculture now. And that will increase the amount of food we're pulling in. Great. There we go. Now, what was it I saw that lets me improve my farm? Oh no, I already have. I've already improved my farms, so that's gonna be great. Apparently, there's 319 potential foods that can come out of this farm, and he's currently farming them. There we go. Great. Idle, where are you? Who's idle? Oh, you're idle. Let's have another farm. You're idle. What can we do with you? Another house so that we can have some more people, maybe? Or barracks? Or a market, farm. Aha. Yes, let's have one of them. Wait, have I got one? I've got one. Okay. Well, alright. Well, oh, no. Yeah, go on. We'll have another farm then. Why not? The more farms we get, the more food we're going to be bringing in. So I'm looking for 800 foods. And I've currently got 508. Let's see how quickly we can increase that. Now, I know that unlike building, putting more blokes to work on a farm does not improve the speed of the farm's output, so there's no need to do that. 538, there we go, we're going at a fair clip already. Another couple of blokes. And I'm going to put a little flag down. Did you see me do that? That means that the blokes are going to appear over here. That's where I want them because I'm going to expand my farming place. In the chat, something mentioned The Witcher to my friends and they'll be excited to talk about it. The amount of my friends who've picked up the books or the games because of the series is honestly surprising. Oh, wow, really? Oh, brilliant. People are getting the books and games because of the TV series. That's brilliant. The Witcher, says Matt, feels like an anti-Game of Thrones. Like, it doesn't really care if you remember and learn everyone's name and hometown. Geralt doesn't care whose war's going on, so neither do we. Yes! Yeah, exactly! I think a lot about the series, oh, here we go, feels like, yeah, it's in a good way, a negative response to Game of Thrones. They've kind of gone like, okay, the thing about Game of Thrones that did make us want to watch it, how about we do that, but also, it's rewarding. Because I know where it's going. It seems to be adapting the books quite faithfully. I've read all the books, so I know that the story continues to be worth reading. And of course, there's no way for them to just suddenly sort of lose track and do it badly, because it's already done. And there's plenty of scope for them to improve on the books and do stuff in it, which they already sort of, in a way, have been doing. They've certainly already been adding to the story, so there's plenty of scope for them to do that. I want them to keep going after it finishes, and frankly, I just want to see adult Ciri, basically, is what I'm saying. Because they did her brilliantly in the third game, and I'd love to see that on screen. But she's got a way to go yet, but it's a good, entertaining way. The Witcher 3 is on Switch. Yes, it is. I can relate a lot to Jahan's stance on things. Yeah, me too. I whenever there's something that, like, you know, the fifth one of is supposed to be good, I tend to want to go through from the start, and that can sometimes be, well, and this is what happens to Jahan. It means you never get to the 5th one, because you never quite satisfyingly get round to starting it at all, or like, you know, you might start it, but it's so much that you don't get time to get all the way through it. But when you do, it can be rewarding. I mean, that's what I did with Witcher, although, oh no, actually, when I played Witcher 1, Witcher 2 was just out then, or just coming out, so... But I've certainly done it with some stuff, and I can't remember what now, but some stuff. But it can sometimes mean that you know, don't get to do the thing at all, so that's also something to contend with. Like, so Witcher, for example, and I've said this to Jahan, but I know that he won't quite be satisfied with it. Oh dear, we're under attack. Get him! Okay, we can't get him. Oh dear. Should have made a barracks, really. Let's make one now, see if we can get it sorted out in time. Well, I should never have given you that wood. So I've said to Jahan that, like, if you're going to play the games, just forget 1 and 2 and play 3. And of course, he doesn't like that idea, and that's quite reasonable that he wouldn't like that idea. But it is what you should do, because it's only with the 3rd one that they actually start trying to properly adapt The Witcher. You know, up till then, it's just like, well, I guess here's a video game hero, and he kind of lives in a horrible place. Whereas with the 3rd one, it's like, okay, here's Ciri, here's Yennefer, you know. And, you know, it's incredible to me that neither of them are in the previous games. You couldn't have women in games, even if they're the main characters of the series. That's right, they did put Triss in, yeah, and it is weird. Yeah. Okay. Could you stop it? Stop it, please. Fellas, go and wallop that bloke. No, they're just standing there. Wallop him! Flippin' wallop him! Okay, they're not doing anything at all. They must be the wrong sort of unit to wallop him. Right. Wallop him. There. Wallop. Go. Go walloping, please. Why won't anybody wallop anybody? He's walloping us. Why won't you wallop him? Oh, gosh. I know why. It's because I have to select enemy, I bet. Now I can wallop him! Wallop, 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 wallop. There. I didn't want to wallop you, but I was happy to keep you as a friend, but you just started walloping all my farms. Wallop. Erectus. Right. Now, we'll waste more food making more blokes. Never going to get me 800 food at this rate. Put all of them over there, so it's obviously they are. Woodcutter. Axeman. Okay, Axeman can go there. Oh, actually, why don't you all go and stand over at that? Then I'll know who you are. But you, well, you can come and fix this farm. And who are you? The slinger. Right, you go over there. Ooh, what was that? Population limit shows your current population before you can create any new villagers, or military units, or ships. You have to have enough houses to support them. Right, I've got to build more houses. Okay. Who with? You. Go over there. Build a house. Oh. Keep making farms. So what farms are being tilled and which aren't? You're on that one. You're on... You all just keep going to whatever farm you want, don't you? Alright, so how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many farmers? 1, 2, 5, 6. So you're just idle and can make a new farm. Actually, I shouldn't have put it there. Looks like once I've started one, I can't stop. Because I should put them up here around this. Or I can get me idle fellas. And I can build another granary down here. Oh no, I can't. Not enough wood. Okay then. Idle fellas. Time to collect some wood. Oh no, we'll do it over here. We've got a pit just there. Oh dear. Sorry, I missed what you've been saying again. Da-da-da, immediate turn off. And hearing it's from a book, I mean, gimme. That's interesting to me. You're going to have to tell me what you said again there. Triss is in Witcher 2, knowing full well that Geralt is involved with Yennefer and that Geralt has lost his memory. Triss goes on to get all romantic with Geralt.
Yep.
I'm all for polyamory, but I didn't feel like that felt good. Yeah. Especially when Yennefer's her friend. But that's just non-canon though, isn't it? That's just because you directed the game that way. Oh, okay. Apparently she did in the books as well. I can't remember that. I've just realised Dave's probably going to enjoy agricultural Euro board games. Well, you would think, wouldn't you? But the problem with that is Settlers of Catan one of them?
Yeah.
The trouble with all of them is that they're board games. There's no little blokes walking about on them. Now, if there was, you bet. If there was some kind of... If you could set up a board game where it made little figures of little fellas parade back and forth, I'd be on it all day long. You ever played Crusader Kings 2, says Papa Otaku. I think it's free on Steam now. If you can figure out how to play it, you might find it fun. It's a very open-ended medieval noble simulator, and you can have a lot of fun. Just kind of screwing around. Yeah, maybe. I heard Crusader Kings was good for people who like the politics in the Total War series, but not the RTS battles. This is me. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, that might be right. Oh, I don't know what I need to do. I need to research chopping wood better. Oh, I had me 800 food then. Oh, I could have... Oh. Silly. Mind you, I've got all these farms now. Won't be long. Oh, I can. Advancing to the Bronze Age. Here we go. Oh, I need 2 Tool Age buildings. I thought I had them. Alright. Well, if we're going to be mucking about with that, then I will. Okay. So what am I going to want to do when I do? Oh, I bet those are the first age buildings, and these are the second age buildings. So, yeah, I've got to have things like archery ranges. Well, hang on. Okay, a farm probably doesn't count as a building, but yeah, okay, that's fairly intuitive. But it's difficult to tell what is and is not a building. Ugh, I'm gonna have to have a couple more blokes. I don't know, honestly. You spend ages fiddling with things until you've got a little bit of saved up resources, and then something comes along that requires you to spend those resources. And also, I'm playing a computer game. Funny jokes. Just a good little song. Some of those worker placement games have some mighty fine meeples, says Matt, speaking in some kind of board game people language. What I do know about board game people is they are good people. Except when they try to get me to play games, then they immediately go on the naughty list. No, they don't. I'm still joking. It's alright, Matt. I briefly did think you meant the Settlers. I now know you mean Settlers Catan. And I'm going to die any minute now because my throat is currently full of hobnobs. So this is my last will and testament. Play lots of Settlers games. Because I'm incapacitated with choking.
Okay. You could have just asked.
Well, I'm not that incapacitated. Give me a minute and I'll be alright. There's a Popeye board game that was specifically an adaptation of the Popeye Nintendo game. Sweet. I need to develop the Popeye... the Spectrum Popeye game, board game. Wait, I do. That'd be great. There we go. The lesson is, you probably shouldn't eat hobnobs if you've not had any liquids to drink for a few hours. No, I had that cup of tea, didn't I? Ugh. Please stream the Specky Popeye game. Oh, God, don't you worry, mate. That's one of the most important games in my whole life. I absolutely will. The only reason I haven't done it so far is it's so important. I wanted to... I don't know. I guess I wanted to be more, like, closer to the point where I'm ready to do my Dave's Old Games video of it, but, like, when's that going to happen? So, yes, I will stream the Popeye game. I've not streamed the Popeye game yet. I can't believe it. That's one of the biggest games in my whole life. Right. This is a regular thing. I'm going to start regularly streaming. There's going to be Settling. There's going to be Spectrums. There's going to be Mega Drives and Amigas and stuff. And we're going to be playing through some of those games that are important to me. I don't need to be ready to make the video just to stream them. Hello, Jesus Cry. This is called Age of Empires 3. Was there a 3? I know there's 1, 2, and Myth. No, this is me playing the original one, but it's... Well, no, it's not. This is me playing the currently available version of the original one, which is a remaster. I tell you what I would quite like to play, and that's Age of Empires, what was it called? Like, Online or whatever? The one that's currently sitting at the top alphabetical spot on my Steam list, and has been since 2010, when I put down an optional £10 on it, because I thought, hey, let's start this right. Let's, because it was a free-to-play. Let's get some Celts. It was like Age of Empires, but all cartoony. I loved it. I only played a little tiny bit of it, but I really liked it. And then they just axed it. They just shut the whole thing down and it's gone. I wonder if there's a pirated version you can play. Because they've turned off a game. It was my first experience of that, where you buy a game. Although, again, I didn't have to buy it to play it, but I did. I put a tenner in. And then I was like, great, I'm going to play this. And I kind of didn't get around to playing it for a bit. And then it was about time for me to play it. And they just axed the game. Switched off the servers. It was an always online game, so you can't play it ever anymore. Gone. Real shame. I was very upset about that. And I still kind of am. Oh, Hicks. Of course you are. Hello. I played Age of Myth recently, says Hicks, and I felt ripped off by the HD remake. Oh, did you? Why, what's up with it? I think I've got that one. Was your objection, like, having to pay for it again, even though it's not that updated, or is it a bad update, or... What are you guys standing around for? Do something. Do something. I'm alright for wood now. Oh, I got loads of food now. I was still trying to find stone, aren't I? Alright, you go off exploring. No. Don't go off exploring. Build me some stuff so I can advance to the next level. So we'll have a stable. Or an archery range. I guess we'll have an archery range, because there's been trouble with that sort of thing. People keep showing up and being mean. Has anyone seen Armello, says Matt. Ah, Armello, is that the thing that there's a version of on Steam where it's all little animal fellas? It's got nothing to do with settling, but it's a board game with cute little red woolly animals running around walloping things. Yeah, that's on my wish list. Or it was on my wish list. I think I took it off again in case anyone bought it me, because I realised I didn't really want it. But it was like, no, did I realise that? No, I realised that I did, but it's just so obviously a board game, and I can't, like, they don't call them board game for nothing. I want to come to your shop, though. The reason I'm teasing is Matt works at a board game, like, shop, like, cafe place, and it's obviously great there, and I'd love to go there, and I just don't for some reason, because it's, like, not 5 minutes away from where I live. I should go to their board game place and just get taught how to actually play and enjoy some games, you know, because it's very important that the setting is right for playing games like that. You know, there's got to be people who aren't going to be that fussed about who wins or whether everybody plays correctly. There's got to be I don't know, the environment's got to be right, and I think with nice folks like Life's a Pitch Matt, it's that's going to be the environment. But it's not in the town I live in, so I've got to find an opportunity to go to another town. They don't come up very often. I suppose they do for other people, don't they? People who just decide to do things and do them. So there's not really any reason why I shouldn't. I have Catan on Switch. I didn't know you could get. I didn't know there was a video game version of Catan. Yes, I've heard Pandemic's good. Well, says Matt, also now I know one of the main guys from the National Video Game Museum here in Sheffield. Ooh, so you should both come down for a weekend and we'll do things and watch Mario. Hey, that sounds good. At the National Video Game Museum, do they have the Turtles arcade machine? Because we were just talking recently about how we should play that, and I surprised Abby by saying that I've never played it, which I haven't. I extremely surprised Chris by saying that. But, you know, there was no such thing as arcade games near me when I was growing up. There was a, you know... I do remember being in a pub once that had Ghosts and Goblins, but that's it. Ah, now, it looks like these farms have gone off. So... I think I can fix them. I think I can... If I click him and, like... Yeah. Now, this is interesting. So I click the bloke. I click repair. Then it says click the building or boat to repair. If I left click, it just sort of goes fishish. If I right click, it just goes fishish. Fishish. But then I can right click it and it works. Isn't that weird? So, click, click. Isn't that weird? Okay. What was I doing? Ah, look! Look, this is flashing. It would have been useful if that had been the button to actually do it, but it takes me to the button, so I can click the button and I can advance to the Bronze Age. Alright, here we go. We're going to get some new powers. Power of good. Spread near and far. Power of good. Bring life to Pelamar. Banish evil thoughts. Banish evil ways. Make a world full of good. From the Vita Core's rays. And what powers will we get in this new brave world? Board games would be better, says Popeye Otaku, if they had more Popeye references. Soothing to watch, but you're going to be jumped soon. Build an army. Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah. Absolutely right. Donk, 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 donk. Donk, 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 donk. There we go. Donk, 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 donk. Donk. Right, there we go. If we output all of those over there. And then just for funzels, why don't we have some horses? Have I upgraded yet? No, nearly. Let's watch the buildings change. What are they going to change to be like? Take them all in, look at them as they are now. Look, you got the tusks around that barracks. Oh, and around the marketplace. Town centre, rather. The marketplace is just some little setup. Angled roofs. Here we go! Whee! Look at that! Sweet. Everything's all protected now and made out of protective stone. Nobody's getting through that barracks. However, they don't seem particularly interested in doing any of the training that I suggested. Why might that be? If we hit our... Yes, we've hit our cap. We don't want to hit a cap. So let's build some houses unless... Okay, just checking that I didn't have anything that's like, big house. The big house. Da-da-dum-dum-dum. Okay, and build another one. Bonk. We're gonna go bonk, donk. And another house, please. Donk. He's got to go the long way round. Actually, that might suggest I'm building them in silly places. Dink. Bonk. Badunk. Right, and then chop this down. Chopsy. 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 Cottontail. Build over that? No. I wonder if you can ever build over where there used to be a tree. No, wait. I don't want that. How do I undo? How do I undo that? No, see, again, yeah, I might as well just... Oh, yeah, I've caused myself a problem. Never mind. Oh, he's still holding wood. Oh, yeah, I'm going to block off the whole town centre if I'm not careful. Right, actually, yeah, forget that. Go and build a house over there. Those will just have to be building sites forever, because apparently I can't cancel building sites once I've done them. Here we go. Look, we're starting to get a little army building up. Oh, camels. So what are the options? Oh, just a scout. That's not really, doesn't really do any fighting. That guy does. So, oh, what's that? What's this I need some of? Gold? I haven't got any of that, so I can't have any camels. Where am I going to get it from? I don't know. There's no list of all their cabinets, but they had quite a lot of machines, and not all of them were just the mainstream classics. I go down once a month to record a podcast, so I'll keep an eye out. Sweet! They made a version of the first TMNT arcade game for the Xbox 360 arcade. Don't think it came to anything else. Well, I want to really play it, though, like on an actual machine. Because I've never seen it at all. I mean, you know, presumably you can emulate it on, what is it, MAME? MAME. La 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 la. Boing. Good night, Popeye Otaku. Yeah, I agree. I want to stream more, and I intend so to do. Oh, I've just realised that it must be really irritating to look at this, because this is a 1080p game, and the text is, you know, meant to be that that size. And yet, I've shrunk the screen a little bit to fit you guys chatting in. Oh, good idea. Oh, I know just the man. I need a scout to go and explore the map. Oh, and look, you can't see my cursor again. Oh, I didn't realise. Oh, can I fix that? Can I fix that without turning the whole flipping thing off? Let's find out. Duh! Right. Okay, yeah, that seems to have worked. And there's my cursor. Lovely, okay. Well, whatever it was that allowed that to happen. I won't look it in the mouth, Gift Horsley. Wait, what if I full screen that and then take you guys and like squash you down to fit in this little box here? Oh, but I want you wider, that's the problem. Can I like edit the shape of the chat? Must be able to. How do I do that? Whoa. Oh no, you've all gone. Sorry. Try saying things again, see if that works. I may have just edited you out of existence. Sorry if I did. Oh no, there you are, there you are. You can pop out the chat into a separate window. Yes, but we're beyond that now. This is coded into the thing. The thing. Whoops. I'll make you a bit wider and then... No, it's no use, is it? I'm just going to have to shrink the... Well, look, I'll leave you there for just the time being. It's rubbish, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Because at least you can see the screen a bit better, even if I can see the chat a bit worse, right? And now I've got a scout. Time for some clippity-clopping. And away we go! Oh, that's interesting. Does the chat reset again? Oi, Scout. Come here. That would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? But that does seem to be what it is. I don't know. Let's find out. Keep talking. Everyone just type a load of drivel. Yeah, I guess it reset. Oh, I don't know what I pressed, because I wasn't praying. You could see that I wasn't fiddling with it. I was playing the game. Weird. There doesn't seem to be a lot of map I haven't uncovered. Oh, here we go, here we go. Huh. Yes, I seem to have uncovered most of the map now. We're back down there. You're gonna have to go the long way around. Oh, what if I made a trading... Whoa! A trading thing. Ship. Okay, let's see how that goes. Oh.
Logan?
You make a farm there. And you make a farm there. What are you doing? Foraging about in the berries? Make a farm. There you go. And you? You have a farm there. Blippy doopy 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 doop. And now I've got a trade boat. Well, what if I send it off to do some trading? How do I do that? It looks like it's got some wood on it, maybe? Oh. Trade wood. Trade food. Trade stone. Well, I've got most food, so let's trade some food in exchange for gold, which I do need. And let's see if I can do that with the yellows, even though we're enemies. We still might trade. You know what people are like. See you, Morgan. Ah, and by increasing the width of the chat, I can see more of your names now as well. Okay, what just happened? Have I got gold? Is that gold? I guess we'll find out when he gets back home. Hopefully, this will go up to 20, let's say. Oh, well, 11, okay. I guess there's an exchange rate involved. Sweet, though. Great, we're getting gold. Brilliant, it's happening. It is happening. You, make a farm there. What's that? Government Center. Used to research technologies that improve buildings and military units. Ah. Yeah, go on, let's have one of them. But wait. Who will build it? You. First make more house, because we're nearly at the top of our population cap again. I haven't got any stone still. Well, I mean, I have a little bit. I've got 170, but I don't know where I'm supposed to get more from. Because I can only trade for gold. Ah, look. Stone. Okay, so you come back home, actually. And give me... Yeah, screw it. 5. And meanwhile, you can be building yet more houses. I'm going to need people, people, people. People, 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 people. Alright. I have always found myself going, Danai, and I guess it was from this. I like the idea of your trading vessel sneaking into enemy territory to stealthily sell some nice bits of meat. Yeah. Bit odd you haven't seen any other people. Well, this is an early tutorial level, basically, so there's not going to be a lot of... it's not going to be set to a huge amount of conflict and strife. Oh, wait. Oh, there's some yellows. The yellow team's up here mining these. Doodle-doo-doodle-doo. Oh, I wasn't paying attention and I scrolled the screen away. Hang on a moment while I go and deal with this. Hey, hello again, everybody. I always find myself saying "dies var" whenever I mean this way, and I think I got that from Age of Empires 3. I know, yeah. So there is an Age of Empires 3, is there? I'll have to play that. I've never played it. Have I? Maybe I have. Oh, no. Yeah, I often, when I want to say incredible, I say incredible. And that's from Red Alert. Red Alert. Oh, it was the first ones I asked you to get, after all. Fun, aren't I? When I'm not paying any attention to my surroundings. I just realised something. They're carrying stuff for absolutely miles. I need to put down a little place for them to put their stone in. Wait, what am I doing? That's nonsense. Why don't I put the place right here? They can mine their flat, squishy stones faster than anybody else, because they won't have to go very far to put them away. Hey, yeah, that's right. Good lads. Didn't even have to tell them to do that, did I? Has my cursor disappeared again? It has! What the hell? Oh. Why won't it capture my cursor properly? God, this game's cursed. Right. Let's risk killing the whole thing again. Capture. Okay, what I clicked there was force scaling, which, if I don't click, then the capture cursor box simply isn't there, which is really weird, and I don't know. And it's currently scaling to 1536 by 864 or something, and that... Why that means that I now get to have this cursor, I don't know. But of course that's a bit blurry now. I don't really want it to be that. I'll turn that off. Flipping heck. I just turned off force scaling and look what happened. And I can select capture cursor. What's going on? What's going on? What a lot of nonsense OBS is being at the moment. Well, there's my cursor. Oh, and there it goes. What? OBS? Why won't you capture my cursor? You're being silly.
Bob's not playing nice.
No! It's being really silly. Is there a universal capture cursor I can put on? No. No, it doesn't seem to be. There used to be on the good OBS that made sense. Right, okay. Well, we're just going to have to not have the cursor. But that's a shame, because you can't see what I'm doing then. It's a whole game about looking at the cursor. Cursor you, OBS. Oh, 457, that's good. And the gold's starting to build up, that's good. Although I don't know why it says 0 there. Look, it says 0 on that, but 114 there. And then this says 6 and 3,224. 3947. Okay, that must mean something else. What we got in the chat? Oh, a 3D one. Oh, no. Well, I can do. You can't see this, but my cursor does go murderous if I hold it over them. You'll just have to believe me. It turns into a little sword. So I could pickaxe that guy to death. But I'm not going to. What sort of a man would I be? Team build. Let's have some more houses. 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 No, you still build the old house, but I was just trying to do a queue. Okay. Okay, well yeah, right. You build that one, and then build that one. Yay, nice. Oh, which means that whatever it was I stopped them from building earlier, this stockpile, they're probably going to go and build it. How do I cancel a building? I don't want this one. Leave. Be gone. I'm right-clicking it. I'm clicking the thing there at the bottom. Oh, I've got all the stone I'm supposed to have. Great. So now I need gold. And I'm getting there with the gold, to be honest. Oh, I know what I can do. I can upgrade to a merchant ship. Sweet. Let's do that. And let's have another one. Where's my boat in the meantime? Here he is. Bunky dunky dun bunky dunky dun dunky bunky dun. Bong. Brung brunky dun dunky brung brunky dun dumpy doo 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 doo. Dum 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 dum. That's quite a nice design, isn't it? Oh. I'm training a merchant ship, but... oh, I see. I've upgraded to merchant ships, and now my tradey boat is going to become a merchant ship. Sweet. And here is a merchant ship, an existing merchant ship. Oh, that 20 is his armor. It doesn't tell you anything about what he's got on board. This tells you what he's got on board when it goes up to 160. Okay, so I will... I'll go meet again, because I've still got loads of meat with him. We'll go and trade over there. Same thing. Okay. Can I keep this up? Let's have another one. Oh, you have reached your... population cap. Flippin' heck. Right, team houses. I'm going to need another guy on team houses. Houses, houses, houses. Keep them coming, keep them coming. And meanwhile, let's have... more blokes, more blokes. For team build. More houses, more houses, more houses. I know I've reached my population limit. I'm trying... oh, wait! No, I've actually reached my actual population limit for the level. Damn, what am I going to do about that? Alright. Team build, disband, and become team... well, I don't really need any rocks. I don't need anything anymore, actually. You can all just sort of lark about. I'm just going to wait for these boats now. Well, in fact... so can I kill them? Oh. Suppose they could be team farm. Yeah, what am I doing? Let's build the farms up round near the granaries. Farms, farms. You farm there, and you farm over there, I guess. Okay, we're on 229 gold now. Come on, boats. Be really useful if I could... oh. If I could reduce my surplus population. What if I went on a raid? Oh wait, then I couldn't trade for the gold. Damn. Just gonna have to wait. Damn. No kill unit button. It's a real problem. $263. Oof, this is going to take a while at this rate. I've had a comment on Twitter from somebody who says, listening to Brentalfloss and Demon Tomato Dave quibble over Ocarina. ... Then I realised now people actually fear long-distance scrutiny from some plonker who doesn't know his taint from his grundle. This age of internet policing is... And then he said an R-based word. Hashtag change my mind. And I can't change his mind. I'm afraid I don't know what he's on about. Let's try and figure it out together. So he's listening to the Ocarina of Time with lyrics song, right? That makes sense. Then I realised now people actually fear long-distance scrutiny from some plonker who doesn't know his taint from his grundle. So, setting aside that last bit, he thinks now that people now actually fear long-distance scrutiny. And what that tells us is that he thinks that before, people didn't fear long-distance scrutiny. So I suppose he's interpreting the video as meaning that it's... The comedy of it is that it's silly that there would be scrutiny long distance. I think he is saying PC culture gone mad, but he's saying it in such a specific way that I don't know, I kind of want to puzzle it out. So he thinks that now that people... But the thing is, it doesn't quite add up with the next thing he says. So what he's doing is he's watching that video as if it's from a golden age when nobody argued on the internet, which... Now the whole point... The reason we made our video was because people did argue on the internet. But let's... Okay. He's thinking that these days, people actually... What is he thinking? So somebody would get scrutinized and they would fear that, and then this age of internet policing is silly. Hashtag change my mind. Nobody's replied to that, so nobody's interested in changing his mind. Maybe that means he's right. Nobody has a rebuttal for that. And I'm sure he's... Well, I was going to say I'm sure he's gratified that nobody can seem to rebut that, but I think he probably isn't. I think he'd rather be having a fight with somebody. So this is someone who's casting out to have people scrutinize him long distance. But he seems to be harking back to a golden age when that wouldn't happen, even though it's what he seems to be aiming for. And he thinks it's silly. In this age of internet policing. Now, what I don't understand is what, under any circumstances, like any version of the argument that we have in Ocarina of Time with lyrics, could have to do with an age of internet policing. Like, this... policing... Yeah, I don't know what he means there. So I'm having a little look at the rest of his timeline. To be honest, it seems all right. I'm not seeing any other. Oh wait, I'm not looking at his tweets and replies. That's important. Oh, there's some pornography. Very quickly. So he's... Sorry? Some of the nography. So he's replying to some nography. Let me check how he's replying to it. No, he's just being quite nice to the model. And they're just saying, have a lovely week to each other. That's quite nice. So that's fine. There's a few more ladies there. No, he seems alright, actually. I'm not seeing any real fighting or anything, so I'm not quite sure what he was getting at. Because usually, the reason I say is that usually when someone says something along the lines of today's internet policing culture, if you go on their Twitter, you'll find a lot of unpleasantness and arguing. But all I'm seeing is just normal stuff. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's not so bad. Yeah, no. So we're back to me just not knowing what he's getting at then. Afraid I don't know. Oh, did somebody die just then? Oh, well, we're near to the amount of gold I need, so all I have to do is just wait it out. We'll be there soon. There he is being actively nice to somebody. There he is being actively nice to a friend of mine. Although getting a little bit odd at the end of that tweet, but it's still fine, yeah. Alright, I don't need to look at this guy's Twitter anymore. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's me. Oh, I'm killing people. Oh, I guess yellow team people got all up in my biz. Okay. Okay, well, we're nearly there now anyway. 481. This might be it, actually. Oh, no, one more. One more. Oh, hi, Shama. I'm afraid we're right at the end of the stream. Sorry about that. But hopefully you'll be able to see the next one. I can't really see, because you're zoomed... There we go! Because you're zoomed out, I can't really see what your name is. Shamarist, is it?
The supplies you gathered. The first pyramid of Egypt is built in honor of Pharaoh Djoser.
Good.
People from far and wide are in awe of this achievement, and Egypt's fame grows. Djoser's successor already has plans to build an even larger pyramid. In time, these structures will dot the land of Egypt and last in eternity, guiding the pharaohs into the next life.
Whee! Yeah, you're probably right there, Matt. Haha, Gammondorf, I like that. Shamas streams. Okay, so sorry, Shamas, you've honestly got here just as the level ended, and I'm going to bed. But nice to see you anyway, and hopefully, you know, the plan is to do these a lot more regularly now. But then that's always been the plan, hasn't it? So we'll see. Yeah, it's something nice to do, and I intend to do it more often. The question is when, what day of the week? Because it does sort of take over our whole entire life whenever I do these. You know, I could be spending this time with Abby here, but I can spend tomorrow with Abby, so it's not too bad. So actually, perhaps Saturday nights are the right night for a stream. But I imagine everybody streams on Saturday nights, don't they? Well, we'll see. We'll see. And answered on a postcard. I'm taking suggestions. So if any of you have a favourite day when it would be the best for me to do a stream, tell me on Twitter and I'll collate the results. But for now, I'll just do them whenever I think of it. And I'll try and make it that I do one a week. You know, let's try that. I'll try and do that and see where we get with that. Don't know if it'll work or not, but you know. So, yep. By then, that was that for tonight, and I shall see you soon. Do 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 do. Bye everyone. Do 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 do. Oh, and by the way, if we keep this up, there's a lot of settling that I want to do. So there's this. There's magic settling that's got wizards in it. That'll be nice. There's, you know, Age of Myth, of course. That'd be great. I'm looking forward to... frankly, I just want to play a lot more of this and Age of Empires 2. But also, maybe we'll play some Anno together. Maybe we'll... there is actually in December, so it's a while off, but there's a new Settlers coming out. And in the meantime, I definitely want to play more of the actual Settlers series, because there's one of my favourite games is coming up, and another of my favourite games is coming up. Another really nice one is coming up. There's loads of lovely settling to be done. But if you're not in the mood, if you don't like the village building games, I've got lots of specky games I want to play. We're going to be doing Popeye soon. I've already said that to Popeye Otaku. Hey, Dizzy. 2020 is the year we stream the Dizzy games. Why not? Let's do that. And depending on how much work Abby has to do, at some point she might be able to join us for some of them. And that'd be nice, wouldn't it? I might even, you know, it's not beyond the realm of possibility that even if you can't join us, Abby, I could still set you up with a microphone so that over there you could just chat to us now and then, even as you sit drawing. And gosh, like Ori and the Blind Forest, I started playing that, and I've not played it since because I've been waiting for you. And oh gosh, I want to play Gunpoint with them. That'd be fun. Oh, there's all sorts of things. So we're going to be doing some streams. Oh, I'm going to try and do them. If I do them a bit more regularly, then I don't have to do them for long, you know? I make each video too long because I never see you guys. So, hopefully I'll stream a bit more soon. My apologies to the bloke who said the thing about Ocarina of Time for my general confusedness and checking if you were a decent chap or not. Live on air. But, you know, sometimes these things happen, and it would have been quite funny if that had turned out to be from someone a lot more unpleasant than it turned out to be from. So good points there. That was good. Well done. And now goodbye to everybody. Bye.